Hello, how are you doing? Oh, Bria, I'm doing great. The morning sickness is finally eased up, so I'm feeling much better now. That's wonderful to hear. You're 6 months along now, right? It won't be long before we get to meet the little one. How exciting! Yes, it's really exciting. My husband is just as excited. In fact, yesterday he bought a soccer ball for the baby. Oh, wow, your husband's really getting ahead of things, huh? But I totally get it. I'm looking forward to meeting my nephew, too. I'll be sure to pray for an easy delivery for you. Thank you so much. By the way, do you have a minute? I actually wanted to ask you about something. Oh, what is it? What's on your mind? Well, I was wondering if you'd like some baby clothes. They're hand-me-downs from my little one. Wait, what? Hand-me-downs? Yeah, they're clothes we got as gifts for my first child. But now that the younger one is already in preschool, they've just been sitting around unused. They're still in great condition, so I couldn't bring myself to throw them out, especially since they were gifts. I thought it would be better to give them to you or even to Kylie since she's also pregnant. I thought maybe you two could use them. I'll send you some photos, and if you like any of them, just let me know. I'll check with Kylie as well before sending them. I don't need them. Please don't try to push your old things on me. What? Hand-me-downs are just that, old, worn-out things, and they're kind of gross. You don't know what's been on them or what they've been through, so it's just unpleasant to me. Please don't try to give me things like that. But I checked them all. There are no noticeable stains, and they haven't been worn that much. They're still in great condition. But they're still secondhand, aren't they? I want to dress my baby in brand new clothes, not in someone else's old things. Do you think my baby would be fine in someone else's hand-me-downs? No, that's not what I meant at all. I've noticed this about you for a while now. Just because you were the first to get married and have the first grandchild, you look down on me thinking I'm too old to be getting married or pregnant now. That's why you're okay with trying to push your old clothes onto me, isn't it? That's not how I feel at all. I just thought it might be helpful, that's all. Well, I don't need them. I'm the eldest daughter-in-law, so I'm the one with more status here, you know. I got married while I was still in school, and I don't need handouts from someone who hasn't even had much life experience. If you want to give them away, how about to your brother? He's the type to take anything, even old rags. That's not fair. Kylie is kind and full of energy. She's a really good person. She's probably just not thinking things through. Anyway, I don't want any of your trash. If you want to pass them on, go give them to someone else. I understand. I'll leave you alone then. Sorry. It's pregnant now, right? I was wondering, if you wouldn't mind, would you like to take some of my baby clothes? They're hand-me-downs, but they're almost all unused because they were gifts for my little one. I haven't really used them, and it feels wasteful to just throw them away. If you're okay with it, of course. Wait, really? You're offering me those? Yes, I'll take them. Absolutely. I'd love to have them. Oh, you'll take them? Oh, I'm so glad. Actually, I asked Chelsea about them earlier, but she said she didn't want any hand-me-downs. I was worried you might feel the same way, but looks like that's not the case. Not at all. I'm more than happy to accept. I've heard babies go through clothes so quickly. They get dirty and need to be changed all the time. So the more clothes, the better. It's honestly such a huge help. Thank you so much. I'm so glad to hear that. I'll send them over without any hesitation then. Honestly, I was planning on sharing them with Ichika, but since Chelsea refused, I'll just share everything with you. I'll try to pick out the nicest ones, but if any don't suit your tastes, feel free to send them back with the shipping paid on your end. Are you sure? Oh, thank you so much, Kylie. I promise I'll take good care of them and make sure to dress my little one in them when they arrive. Thank you. That really makes me happy to hear. I'll get them ready to ship tomorrow. Yay, thank you. I'm so excited. Elliot, wait, hold on a second. What is it, Chelsea? Looks like you've been calling me a lot. What's going on? What the heck is this? What's going on here? What are you talking about? I have no idea what you mean. The hand-me-downs from the other day. I saw something on Kylie's social media today, and what was that? Baby clothes from Bond Point and all those luxury brands? What's going on? Well, as I mentioned before, those are from a friend of mine. She's been working overseas and was thrilled when my baby was born. She gave me a bunch of baby clothes and toys from high-end brands. The ones I gave Kylie were all from that friend of mine. No way! But those clothes looked brand new. They weren't worn out or full of holes. How is that possible? They must be over 5 years old. Well, this is a bit embarrassing to admit, but they're expensive items, so I kept them aside to use at the right time. But I ended up keeping them so carefully that my baby outgrew them before I could use them. So they're mostly brand new and unused, actually. What? Well, if I'd have known, I would have wanted them too. Why didn't you tell me they were from luxury brands? I'll take anything. Baby clothes, toys, stuffed animals, whatever. Send them to me right now. Well, I already sent them all to Kylie. I don't have anything left here. I don't have anything for you. Huh? Why don't I get anything? That is so unfair. But didn't you say you didn't want any hand-me-downs? You said they were dirty and you didn't want secondhand clothes. You told me not to give you any garbage. But I didn't know they were this nice. If I had known they were brand new and from luxury brands, I would have asked for them. You should have told me sooner. I'll take anything at all. No. I'm still using some of the toys, so I can't give those away either. What? Oh, this is awful. You're favoring your sister-in-law so much. This is the lowest thing you could do. Chelsea, I've been holding back because I didn't want to cause you stress during your pregnancy, but your behavior is just selfish. What did you just say? When I offered the clothes, you said, I don't want them, they're dirty. Now that you know their brand name, you're upset that I didn't give them to you. Your behavior sounds like a child throwing a tantrum. You're an adult, so you should know that kind of behavior doesn't work. Well, if I had known from the start that they were brand name, I wouldn't have said that. So what should I have done? Should I have asked you, hey, these are brand name, is that okay? Wouldn't that have sounded condescending? Well, I guess. Enough, I'm done here. I'm a young wife with little social experience, and I don't have the patience to deal with your selfish, rude attitude. I don't have anything to give you, whether it's brand name or not. If you want something, go buy it yourself. You're the eldest daughter-in-law, so don't come asking me for handouts. Goodbye. Wait, I'm sorry. I really am. I shouldn't have said all that. I didn't mean it, really. I've just been feeling down, and I was so envious of you, your youth, and how you're having a baby. I felt so miserable about myself being older and still having a baby. And with the pregnancy blues, I ended up taking it all out on you. Pregnancy blues are tough, but that doesn't give you the right to disrespect your sister-in-law or throw hurtful words at me. Talking badly about Kylie? I'm genuinely upset with you right now. I don't want to see your face again. But for now, we'll keep our interactions to a minimum. We'll stay polite, but distant. I won't be contacting you unless absolutely necessary, at least until I'm ready to let this go. Do you understand? I'm so sorry, Elia. Please forgive me. I didn't mean. I could tell immediately that her words lacked sincerity. They were nothing more than justifications, attempts to shift the blame away from her. After the third or fourth message, I had had enough. I turned off the notifications and just left them there, unread to gather dust. The messages kept coming, but I wasn't interested. At that point, I figured there was no need to engage. I had already made my decision. Until the baby arrived, I would keep things on the back burner and ignore any further attempts at negotiation or explanation. I didn't need to respond to every message, especially when they weren't getting to the heart of the matter. I wanted to focus on what really mattered at the time, which was preparing for the arrival of my child and dealing with the reality of the situation in a way that didn't involve Chelsea's apologies. I thought that would be the end of it. I assumed that after a few weeks things would calm down and I wouldn't hear from her again. But to my surprise, the very next day, Chelsea showed up at my door, and not alone, she was with my brother. They stood there together. As soon as I saw them, I knew something was different. Chelsea was visibly upset, and my brother had this look of regret on his face. Chelsea started talking almost immediately, her voice shaking. I could barely make out the words at first, but eventually it became clear. She was apologizing, genuinely apologizing, and this time with tears in her eyes. She kept saying how sorry she was and that she had realized the extent of her mistake. I could see that she was remorseful, though I didn't know if it was because of the consequences or because she genuinely felt bad for her actions. Either way, the fact that she was there, in person, speaking directly to me, showed that she had taken some responsibility for what had happened. As Chelsea spoke, my brother didn't say much. He just stood there quietly, looking somewhat ashamed. It seemed that he had already been through this with their parents. From what I gathered, my brother had told their parents everything that had happened. He had been the one to explain the full extent of the situation to them, and unsurprisingly, their parents had been upset. I could only imagine how angry they must have been, especially considering that Chelsea was their daughter. But in a way, I was glad that my brother had taken that step, that he had been open with his parents. It wasn't easy, but it seemed like the right thing to do. Watching Chelsea stand there, reduced to tears and full of regret, had an odd effect on me. My initial anger, which had felt so strong just days before, started to dissipate. It wasn't that I had forgiven her completely, it wasn't that simple. But seeing her vulnerable like that made me think about things from a different perspective. She had made a huge mistake, and she had hurt me, but she was human. She was flawed. And maybe, just maybe, she was beginning to understand the gravity of her actions. As much as I wanted to hold on to my anger, I couldn't ignore the fact that no real harm had been done. Yes, her words had been hurtful, and yes, she had crossed a line. But in the end, there had been no lasting damage. The things she had said weren't easy to forget, but they weren't impossible to move past. There was no reason to create a rift between myself and my brother and his family over this. He and his wife were good people, and I didn't want to let a single mistake on Chelsea's part tear our relationship apart. I told her that if she was truly sorry, then I would accept her apology, but I also made it very clear that this was the one and only time I would tolerate something like this. I wasn't going to let her off the hook entirely, but I also didn't want to punish her indefinitely. I simply needed to know that she understood the weight of what had happened. She needed to know that if something like this ever happened again, there would be no second chances. "Next time, there won't be one," I said firmly, looking directly at her, making sure she understood the gravity of my words. I wanted her to know that this wasn't something I could just brush off. It had hurt, and it had shaken me in ways I wasn't ready to admit, but I wasn't going to let it destroy my relationship with my brother or my family. To her credit, Chelsea nodded, wiping away her tears. She said she understood and promised that nothing like this would ever happen again. I wasn't sure if she truly understood what she was agreeing to, but I had to trust her words for the time being. I wasn't in the habit of holding grudges, and I didn't want to carry that weight any more than I had to. The tension in the room slowly started to lift, and it felt like we had reached a turning point. It wasn't perfect, but it was a step in the right direction. Months went by, and life moved on. Chelsea and Kylie both had healthy babies, and I became an aunt, something I had been looking forward to for a long time. I couldn't deny the joy that came with welcoming these new little lives into the world. I was grateful for the chance to be a part of their lives, to shower them with love and affection, and to be the kind of aunt I had always hoped to be. Chelsea and I didn't talk about what happened much after that. There was no need to. We both knew the history, and we both knew the consequences of our actions. But the fact that things had settled down was enough. It was enough that we could all move forward without holding on to past mistakes. The entire situation had changed us, in some ways for the better. We had learned how to apologize, how to forgive, and how to accept the reality of our actions. It wasn't easy, but it was necessary. And as the time passed, the whole hand-me-down incident became nothing more than a funny story we laughed about during family gatherings. What had once been a source of frustration and anger now felt like just another chapter in the ongoing story of our lives. It was no longer something that weighs us down. It was something we could all look back on and laugh about, a reminder of how far we had come. Now life had returned to normal, quiet, peaceful, and filled with moments of joy. The lessons we had learned from that experience had stayed with us, and I was grateful for the way things had worked out in the end. But even more than that, I was grateful for the way it had brought our family closer together. It had been a test of patience, forgiveness, and understanding. But we had come through it stronger, and now with the babies in the picture, everything seemed to have a renewed sense of purpose. We were no longer just dealing with the weight of old mistakes. We were focused on building something positive together. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey, Judith. I overheard something about you going on a trip. Where are you going, huh? Tell me. Are you going with your mom friends as well? Please, tell me right now.
Good evening, Tiff. Are you talking about what we were discussing at the kindergarten bus stop?
Yes, that's the one. I totally caught bits and pieces. You were talking with Amber and Maya, right?
Ah, so you heard that.
You're all going on a trip together, aren't you? Like a mom friends getaway?
Well, sort of.
Oh, take me with you. Come on, I want in.
Wait, what?
I've always wanted to go on a trip with mom friends. It sounds so fun. Just imagine the bonding, the photos, the laughs.
I'm really sorry, but we can't invite you this time.
Huh? Why not?
Well, the group is already set.
Then just add me to it. That's easy, right? One more mom can't hurt.
I really wish it were that simple, but the whole thing is already booked, and honestly, Tiff, this isn't the kind of trip that you can just join in on last minute.
Excuse me?
It's not even a mom-friend trip, technically speaking.
So what, you're telling me to back off?
It's not like that. It's just, maybe next time, okay? I promise I'll let you know when we plan something else. But this time, I need you to understand and set it out.
Oh, come on. I'm a mom, and I'm your friend, too. What's with this exclusion treatment? You think I'll just let this go?
It's not about leaving you out, I swear.
All right, then it's settled. I'm joining.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Let me know once all the dates and details are finalized, okay? Oh, and since I'm coming, I'll go ahead and take charge of organizing everything.
Tiff, no, it's already organized. Pretty much everything is decided.
Nope, that's not how it's gonna work. We'll just turn it into my trip, a main event, Tiff's Mom Friends Extravaganza.
Again, this isn't a mom friends trip.
Perfect! You can be the one in charge of all the boring logistics and grunt work, okay?
Do you really think that you can just make demands like that?
Oh, are you sure you want to talk to me that way?
What are you getting at?
Isn't your husband working under my husband?
Wait, seriously?
Wow, you didn't know that? Oh, that's kind of awkward.
No, I mean, I didn't realize.
Well, you do now. So if you keep pushing back, I might just have to pass this little disagreement on to your husband.
What? Are you threatening me?
Anyway, I'm assigning you all the prep work for the day of the trip. Thanks in advance.
You're not even officially part of the trip.
Oh, I'm so excited. We're going to have such a blast.
Tiff, you can't just force your way into this. I'm not okay with any of this, you hear me? Wait, what happened? Why are you apologizing? It's about that thing we talked about the other day, the warning about Tiff. Right. What about it? Well, I just found out that my kid accidentally told Tiff's kid about our trip. You know, the dates, the inn, the whole thing. What? Apparently, while they were playing, Tiff's son snatched away one of his favorite toys and told him, "I'll only give it back if you tell me where your mom's going. If you don't, I'll use my super punch on you." So he told him. He didn't really have a choice. Oh my God. That kid's been getting more aggressive lately. Even the other kids at school have been avoiding him. But honestly, let's be real. This was Tiff's doing. No way her kid came up with this idea on his own.
I thought the same. I mean, I've heard other moms mention similar things happening.
Unbelievable. What kind of mother uses her own child as an informant?
I'm seriously so sorry. I didn't think anything like this would happen.
No, don't apologize. This isn't your fault. But now we've got a bit of a problem on our hands.
Yeah, I was hoping this wouldn't turn into a thing, but with Tiff, you just never know.
She's done this kind of thing before, hasn't she?
Oh, yeah. A while back, she tried to crash a neighbor's family trip. Just invited herself without asking. Total mess.
No way. Are you serious?
Yeah, the neighbor's family had to cancel their trip last minute because the husband got sick, but Tiff didn't get the memo. She and her whole family went all the way to the destination anyway, and when they found out the inn was canceled, she went ballistic.
What?
Yep, she accused them of lying, demanded they cover her travel costs, screamed at them in the hotel lobby, saying, "You tricked us." It was this huge public meltdown.
Ugh, that sounds like classic Tiff. She's got this clingy, entitled personality that just won't quit. Honestly, this feels like some kind of petty revenge attempt, like she's trying to crash our trip now to make up for what happened then.
Exactly. I wouldn't be surprised if she sees this as her revenge-free ride.
And with a husband like hers, that guy gives off major troublemaker vibes. If she shows up, it'll be the whole chaotic family in tow, guaranteed.
No doubt. If she found out the date and place, there's nothing stopping her from just showing up.
Then we need to take action. We can't let her just bulldoze her way into our plans.
I was thinking the same. maybe we should get Hiro involved too. She's good at handling people like Tiff.
Definitely. Hiro has a way of shutting down nonsense without making a scene. We need her on our side.
All right, I'll give Maya a call too. The three of us should meet later and come up with a plan.
Sounds good. And hey, stop apologizing. Seriously.
I feel bad though. If my son hadn't said anything.
Don't blame yourself. Honestly, the real issue is that we weren't more careful. I'm the one who brought up the trip at the bus stop in the first place. I should have known better, especially with someone like Tiff always lurking around.
Still, I should have reminded my kid not to talk about it.
They're kids. They're not spies. And it's not like your son just spilled it on purpose. He was being threatened. That's not on him.
Thanks, Judith. I was kind of freaking out about this. I didn't know how you'd react.
You did the right thing by telling me. That's what matters. We'll handle it. Let's regroup later and come up with something solid.
Okay, I'll message Maya now and get back to you.
Perfect. See you later then.
All right, thanks again, and sorry.
Stop it with the apologies already. Let's focus on not letting Tiff hijack our trip. We've earned this break. We're not giving it up.
Hey, just wanted to give you a little heads up.
What is it?
So, small update. Tomorrow's meeting time has changed, okay?
Tomorrow?
Yeah, we were supposed to leave at 7 in the morning by car, remember? Well, it's been moved to 9 instead. Thought you should know.
What are you even talking about?
Judith? Hey, why didn't you show up at the meeting time?
Good morning. What are you talking about?
You know exactly what I'm talking about. The meeting time was 7 a.m., right? How could you mess that up and not show up? It is a bit ridiculous. And by the way, Amber and Maya aren't even here either. So I had no choice but to invite my relatives instead. You and your group don't need to come anymore.
Huh?
I had to scramble to get another car ready for the trip because of all this. Do you have any idea how much of a hassle it was? And guess what? You're going to pay for your share of the gas and transportation costs. So get ready for that.
Wait, are you talking about how you changed it to 9 a.m. yesterday?
Oh, no. After that conversation, I switched it right back to the original time. I thought I told you. Oh, it's kind of funny. I'm pretty sure I called you about it. So now, since you didn't show up on time, it's your fault, right? And now this trip is just going to be me, my family, and my relatives. We're going to have a I was just about to check into the ryokan, but they said I've already checked in. What do you think you're doing, stealing our trip like this? If you're here at the resort, get out here right now.
Sorry, I'm out sightseeing at the moment, so it's going to be difficult to come back right now.
What?
Actually, what's going on with you? Stealing our trip? Wasn't it you who tried to steal it in the first place?
You're the one who didn't show up on time, remember?
To begin with, I didn't even invite you, and I specifically turned you down.
But in the end, I ended up going, didn't I?
You were the one trying to push through on your own.
You're the one who left me out, so you're to blame. As punishment, you'll pay for our accommodation.
Wait a second, are you planning to stay at my family's house?
Huh?
Do you really think you can stay there?
What do you mean?
The resort you tried to check into is actually my family's property. We converted part of the garden into a guest facility and have been running a resort there.
What?
And by the way, this trip isn't a mom's trip.
What are you talking about? Amber and Maya are with you, right? That clearly sounds like a mom's trip to me.
Amber is my husband's cousin. Maya is my husband's sister.
Huh?
This trip is for my husband's grandfather's anniversary, and we're traveling with all our relatives. So all the rooms in our ryokan are fully booked until tomorrow. No last-minute stays are possible.
What is that supposed to mean?
That's why I told you, out of respect, that I'd rather you didn't stay here.
Oh, can't you just free up a room or something?
Impossible. You're the one who showed up uninvited after I had already turned you down.
Do you think you can just talk to me like that?
Still on this, huh?
I told you my husband's boss is your husband's superior, right? Do you think your husband's position at the company could be at risk because of this?
Is that a threat?
Not really. I'm just teaching you that in this world it's the survival of the fittest.
I see. Well, with that same mentality, let me tell you something too.
What?
Your husband's grandfather is actually the chairman of your husband's company, right?
Huh?
By the way, the CEO is my husband's father.
What? The chairman and the CEO?
And by the way, both of them are here right now, and they're actually looking at this message with me.
No. Oh, that can't be true. Stop.
You never know when you might run into someone higher up than you, so it might be better not to flaunt your power so recklessly.
Wait, your in-laws are part of the CEO family?
Well, I'm off to the next sightseeing spot now, so I'll be leaving.
Hey, wait, my husband and we're being attacked by all our relatives right now. They're saying things like, "What is going on?" and we're being cut off. Can you at least help us?
I can't get involved in your family issues, so I really don't know what to say.
Huh?
Oh, and before we head back to the resort, I'd really appreciate in-laws are connected to my friend's husband's employer, it doesn't mean that we could use his position or influence in any way to resolve the situation. This was not a case of using workplace status or authority to sway things in our favor. Later on, the husband was summoned and given a strict warning, but that was all. It wasn't anything extreme or threatening, just a stern reminder about boundaries and what was considered acceptable. That was the extent of the intervention from his side. But to my surprise, it seemed to have an almost immediate effect. Tiff, who had been causing all kinds of trouble, suddenly became much quieter, almost as if she had learned her lesson. I didn't know if it was fear or a sense of guilt, but whatever it was, she was a far cry from the person she had been before. The drama that had surrounded her seemed to dissipate overnight. However, things didn't go quite as smoothly on her husband's side. He seemed to have a much harder time dealing with the consequences of the situation. His pride, or maybe his stubbornness, couldn't handle the idea of having been reprimanded in such a manner. It wasn't long before he started skipping work without notice, completely disregarding his responsibilities. His behavior got progressively worse, and it wasn't just the missed days that became an issue. Soon, several serious internal compliance violations came to light. Things that had been hidden for far too long, and once they were discovered, it didn't take long for the company to take action. The company took swift and decisive steps. His actions didn't just result in him being given a stern warning like Tiff had. He was demoted and had his salary cut significantly. That was only the beginning. It wasn't long after that the company decided to terminate his employment entirely. Given the severity of the violations they had uncovered, the damage had already been done and there was no coming back from it. But the consequences didn't stop there. The situation between Tiff and her husband escalated dramatically. It seemed like their relationship, which had already been fragile, couldn't withstand the added pressure. The stress, combined with everything that had happened at work, led to an explosive argument between them, a fight so intense that it ended with them separating. The end result? Divorce. Their marriage, already hanging by a thread, was now completely severed. I couldn't help but wonder what had gone through their minds. What were they trying to achieve with all this? What were their end goals? It seemed so reckless, so destructive. Tiff's behavior had been erratic, and her husband's decisions, especially after the company's actions, made no sense. They had both created such a mess for themselves, and for what? It was hard to even comprehend the thought process behind their actions. What did they think would happen? It felt as if they had been living in a world of denial where the consequences of their actions were never really considered. The result of that lack of foresight had led them to this tragic end. But as much as I couldn't understand their motives, I was relieved that everything had calmed down. Finally, the chaos that had been swirling around them was over, and I could breathe again. It was strange to feel relieved after witnessing such a collapse of a marriage and career, but at the same time, there was a sense of peace that came with it. They had created this mess themselves, and now they were left to pick up the pieces. No one to blame but themselves. For me, it was just a quiet ending to a situation that had caused so much upheaval. I know this sounds harsh, but there was a part of me that couldn't help but feel satisfied by the way things turned out. Not in a vindictive way, but in a way that felt like justice had been served. Their actions had consequences, and those consequences had been severe. Perhaps that was the wake-up call they needed. Perhaps after all of this, they would learn to think before they acted.
but honestly, it was harsh to imagine them ever truly learning their mistakes. The way they had behaved showed a pattern of irresponsibility, and I wasn't sure they could break free from that cycle. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey there, Kelsey. I heard you're going to Costco soon. Is that true? Take me with you. They have that membership system, right? People who aren't members can't go shopping there unless they have a member with them. But, membership costs, what, $50 a year or something? I don't want to have to pay that much just to get in, so I've been looking for someone I know who is a member to take me. I am so lucky to have a friend like you. Nora, what are you talking about? What? Do I have to explain your own membership to you? You only need to have one member in your group in order to get in, so we'll be fine as long as you're with me. I don't know where you heard it from, but I don't actually have a membership there. But I heard you were going. My son heard your son talking about it at daycare the other day, so don't bother hiding it. The cat's out of the bag. Do you believe every story that your 4-year-old son tells you he overheard at school? What are you saying, Kelsey? Are you calling my son a liar? How dare you say such a thing about my boy? No, that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying that I'm not planning on going to Costco right now. And I'm also not a member. That's all. Oh, sure you're not. I definitely believe you. You're super bad at hiding things. Remind me never to let you in on any plans for surprise parties. Hey, you might as well be wearing a t-shirt that says, "Hey everyone, I'm going to Costco." I'm not hiding anything. I don't have anything to hide. I'm not going to Costco. Seriously, what is going on with you? It's next Sunday, isn't it? And everyone's meeting on the west side of the parking lot. How many times do I have to tell you this? I'm not going. There will probably be a line of people waiting to get in, so make sure to show up early. Oh, and bring a few freezer bags, would you? I am not going. Hey, Crystal, sorry to bother you so late. Do you have a minute? I have some information that I think you might want to hear. Don't worry, it's not that late. I was just watching TV. What's the matter? You said that you were going to Costco with your family this weekend, didn't you? Yeah, I did. Why? What time this weekend? You know, we still haven't made a decision on the time. We're going back and forth between Saturday and Sunday. Did you want to come along? That would be fine with me. It's been a while since we've spent time together outside of picking our kids up from school. Nah, I'm good. I had other plans this weekend, but yeah, like I was saying, about that Costco trip, I thought you might want to know something. What is it? You know Nora, right? The woman from daycare? She's, probably going to be at Costco on Sunday. Oh, really? I didn't think she had a membership there. Well, that's just the thing, she doesn't. For whatever reason, she has the idea in her head that I'm a member and that I'm planning to go on Sunday. She texted me earlier today inviting herself to come along with me. I tried, multiple times, to explain that I'm not a member and I'm not going this weekend, but she just wouldn't hear it. Wow, what is wrong with that woman? After she sent me that text, I thought I remembered you saying something about going this weekend. And I know that if she met up with you, there's 100% chance she'd try to get you to pay for her stuff with a promise to repay you, which there is also 100% chance that she won't do. Believe me, I've heard the stories too. Thank you for letting me know. She mentioned that she was going to be there in time to get in line before the store opens on Sunday. In that case, I'll be going on Saturday. I honestly don't mind bringing non-members along just so they can get in and buy stuff. But I don't feel like adding myself to the list of people who've paid for Nora's shopping when she suddenly realizes that she forgot her wallet. Oh, but don't worry, she'll pay you back in a few days for sure, a week tops. And then she avoids you until you forget or give up trying to collect. You would be shocked at how many people I've heard that exact same story from. And she always has her own cart full of stuff when she does that. I heard from one person who said she ended up paying around $500 for Nora's stuff. Of course, she never got that back. She's legendary in a very bad way. Yep, if she's going on Sunday, then I am definitely going on Saturday. I'll probably invite my sister too, just so I can max out the number of people I can bring with me. I'm trying to remember, is it that one member can bring up to 2 guests? Is that how that works? One of my husband's friends is coming along with 2 family members in a van to help us bring our stuff home, so that leaves us with 1 more person. Oh, and for the record, people under 18 don't count towards the total. Well, Nora's mentally a child, so maybe she might try to get around the rules that way. Ugh, don't scare me with a possibility like that. Thanks for the info, Kelsey. No problem, Crystal.
Oh, Kelsey! I'm here at Costco waiting for you. Where are you? I made the ultimate shopping list for today. It's going to be great. I'm going to shop till I drop. They have a bunch of stuff in stock right now that you just can't get anywhere else. Thanks so much for letting me tag along. Oh, by the way, you guys are driving your car here, right? My house isn't too far, so I walked over here, but... Well, with all the things I'm planning on buying, it's going to be way too much to carry home all by myself. So I'm planning on having you take me home. So make sure you leave enough space for me and my stuff in your car, okay? They're opening soon, so hurry up and get over here. Kelsey, what on earth are you doing? The store just opened and you're not here. You know I can't get in without you here. I'm not a member. Seriously, what's going on over there? I know you guys are coming, so... Hey, wait a minute. Don't tell me you went in without me. Oh my God, Kelsey, how immature can you be? Well, mark my words, I'm gonna get inside one way or another. And there it is. I am officially inside the store, Kelsey. I found someone who came by themselves and went inside with them. All I had to do was walk a few steps behind her and tell the greeter I'm with her, and they didn't ask me any questions. But remember, I'm still having you drop me off at home on our way out, so don't forget about that. Let's meet up. What section are you guys in right now? Good morning, Crystal. So you went to Costco yesterday, right? Good morning, Kelsey. Yep, we got all our shopping done yesterday afternoon, and we didn't run into Nora while we were there, so don't worry. Yeah, about her. Looks like she's actually inside and shopping right now. Oh, for the love of... Are you serious? Yep, she still thinks that I'm a member, and she's still sticking with her plan to go shopping together with me. And when she couldn't find me, I guess she snuck in by pretending to be together with someone who was there by themselves. Yuck, what a creeper. Well, as long as she's not bothering me, it's not really my business. Right? That's just so creepy. She's like some kind of a stalker. Just thinking about her doing that gives me the chills. But you were super clear about telling her you weren't going, right? Yep, I didn't mince words. Then, well, I guess there's no reason for either of us to lose any sleep over what she's doing right now. I know. Plus, I'm not even at home, and I haven't been since yesterday. Again, Kelsey, I really can't thank you enough for telling me about Nora. Before I got my hands on that information, we were actually leaning toward going first thing this morning. I really dodged a bullet. I owe you one, so I bought you a case of those chocolate muffins you like. Well, you didn't need to do that, but I do want to get my hands on those muffins as soon as possible. I gotta go now, so I'll talk to you later. Bye, Kelsey. Take care. Kelsey, where are you? I'm done waiting for you, so I'm just gonna grab a cart and start shopping. If you want to find me, I'm gonna start by looking at the TVs first. I've been thinking about getting a new one. The one I have is almost 3 months old. It's practically a fossil. If you want, though, we can do all our shopping separately. Want to just meet up at the cash registers in about 2 hours? Yeah, that might work the best for the both of us. This way we won't have to spend time looking for each other and can focus on shopping. Okay, see you in 2 hours then.
How's the shopping going, Kelsey? It's been 2 hours. Time to check out. Oh my God, I have so much stuff I'm gonna buy. I had to go out and get a second cart. I'm at the cash registers right now, and the lines are getting pretty long. I think I'll go ahead and line up before it gets any more crowded than it is now. Huh? You're still in the store, Nora? Of course I am. It's about time I heard from you. Hurry up and get over here. I can't pay without you, Kelsey, so move it. Why do you need me? You know how to pay for things. Don't play dumb, sweetie. You're the one who's the member, and you invited me along, didn't you? Common courtesy dictates that you are the one who has to pay for everything. Don't worry, I didn't buy too much. It's only going to come to about $2,000. $2,000? Yeah, that's only an estimate, though, so it might be a couple $100 more than that. Anyway, hurry up and come to the checkout lanes. Nora, I have told you 1,000,000 times now that I do not have a Costco membership. That's not what my son told me. Yeah? Well, I talked to my son about Costco, and you know what he said to me? What's Costco? He had no idea what it even was. Your story doesn't make any sense. But my little Joey told me that your boy Aiden said you were going to Costco on Sunday. He has a very good memory. He'd never make a mistake like that. Wait, Aiden? My son's name is Jaden. Jaden? But I thought Jaden was Crystal's boy. No, Jaden is my son. Crystal's son is named Aiden. What? Did you get the two names mixed up? Well, I mean, they're practically the same name. Yeah, I have to admit you do have a point. Maybe I should have picked a less trendy name. But if that's the case, that means that Crystal's going shopping today. She should be here now. Oh, thank goodness. No, Crystal and her family are at home right now. They are? They were planning on going today, but ended up going yesterday instead. Last minute change of plans, it happens. Yesterday? Yes. Just to recap, Crystal and her family went shopping yesterday. They are not there right now. They are at home and not at Costco. Understand? What? That can't be. I'm going to give that woman a piece of my mind the next time I see her. I wouldn't do that if I were you. And why not? This is all her fault. If she wouldn't have given her child such a trendy, overused name, I wouldn't have gotten it mixed up with whose kid was whose, and none of this would have happened. It's her fault. Are you really sure you want to pick a fight like that with a relative of your husband's boss? What? My husband's boss? Christy's younger sister, Misty, is your husband's boss. She is? I thought you were aware of that. Ugh, fine. Then I need you to come down here immediately. Can't. Why not? I'm at my cousin's wedding today. My whole family left the house yesterday, and it's a pretty long drive away. Oh, no. We'll be back tonight, but it's going to be really late. So, yeah, I can't come. This is terrible. What am I supposed to do now? What am I supposed to do about it? How many times did I tell you that I do not have a Costco membership, and I did not have plans to go to Costco today? You ignored me every single time I tried to set you straight, went by yourself to Costco, followed someone else in, spent 2 hours shopping, and you want me to clean up your mess for you? This is all your own fault. And to top it all off, you're actually treating me and Crystal like we're to blame somehow. But my husband's calling me. I have to go. Hey, wait! Kelsey, how am I going to pay for all this stuff? It's over $2,000. I have 2 whole carts full of stuff, Kelsey. Kelsey! Kelsey! Nora was standing in line the whole time she was texting me to come and bail her out, so she had quite a line of unhappy customers built up behind her. As soon as she realized that she wasn't going to be able to pay for the stuff she picked out, she left the massive, overflowing carts full of merchandise right there on the spot, and started heading for the door when she was promptly stopped by a store employee. She apparently brought her 3 kids with her to the store, and they had been up to quite a bit of mischief while she was busy shopping. They were eating cookies from the bakery area, taking toys out of their boxes, throwing clothes on the floor. It was an awful mess. Naturally, she was expected to pay for everything they had eaten or damaged, and when her husband got there to bail her out, he was not happy. That was the beginning of a fight that led to their divorce, and she was such a mess at the custody hearing that the judge gave her husband full custody of all their children. She tried to move back in with her parents, but they had long since had enough of her antics, and they kicked her out onto the curb. The last I heard of her was that she was working some part-time job and living in subsidized housing while barely being able to make her child support payments to her husband each month.
Hey, babe, I'm gonna go out drinking with my coworkers tonight, so don't wait up for me.
What? Why?
What do you mean, why? They invited me out to drink, so I'm gonna go drink. Simple as that.
That's not what I'm talking about. We had an agreement. We were going to sit down tonight to talk face-to-face about our plans for the future, Roy.
Did you not hear me? I said they invited me. Do you expect me to turn them down?
Yes.
Tell me, Michelle, who's the one providing you with the lifestyle you have right now?
What? I have no idea what you mean.
Okay, you're having trouble, so let me ask you another way. Whose name is on the lease for the lovely apartment you're living in?
Yours? But what's your point? We split both the rent and living expenses 50-50.
But it's my apartment. I am the one, out of the kindness of my heart, allowing you to live here.
Allowing is an odd way to speak to your live-in girlfriend.
Think about your position. Your parents are both dead. You have no siblings. In other words, if I ever got tired of having you around, you'd have nowhere else to go. You might want to think about that a bit before you start giving me any crap about anything.
What are you trying to say, Roy?
Oh, come on, Michelle. You're not that dumb. You know fully well exactly what I'm saying to you.
All right, then. I guess I'll go ahead and ask what I was going to ask you to your face tonight, right now.
What do you want?
We've been seeing each other for 10 years now, Roy. When are you going to start thinking about marriage?
Huh?
Plus, we've been living together for 3 of those years. I mean, you and I are both turning 30 next year.
Wait, do you want to marry me?
Again, we've been dating for 10 whole years. Our relationship is pretty stable, and we've managed to come this far, just kind of like going with the flow or something. But I think I've waited long enough. I want to hear it directly from you. What do you want from our relationship?
What are you getting so anxious about? I don't see any reason to rush into anything.
You might feel that way, but I don't. It's clear that we have very different views on marriage and family, and I think we should sit down and flesh those differences out face to face.
Yeah, how about in 10 years after I've had my fun?
Roy?
Hey, it's not like I don't want to get married or anything. It's just that, you know, there's a lot of stuff that a guy can only do when he's single. And it's the same in the reverse. There's some stuff that you can only do once you're married. Once we're married, then I'll start thinking about having kids, raising kids, planning for the future, all that stuff. I can't get married yet. There's still so much single guy stuff that I want to do. If I got married now, it would ruin my whole life.
Okay, and you say you need 10 years to do all that single guy stuff?
Yeah, exactly. I'm glad you understand, babe.
Right. You'll want to get married 10 years from now. Got it.
I'm glad you came to see my way of thinking, Michelle. I'm glad we took the time to sort things out. This really was a great idea. And trust me, I totally get your position. I'm the only one you have. It makes sense you'd want to know how long you have to wait for me. So you just be a good little girl and hang in there. I'll let you know once I'm ready to settle down.
I'm not finished, Roy.
You're not?
When I said got it, I didn't mean, okay, we'll do it your way. I only meant that I understood your position. If I wait 10 years for you, I'm going to be 40 years old.
Yeah, so what?
I want to have a family, Roy.
Okay, so you want kids? I still don't see what your point is. If you want kids, you can have them when you're 40.
Sure, it's possible to have kids at that age, but that's not what I'm talking about.
Well, whatever it is that you're trying to say, it doesn't change the fact that I'm not getting married yet. I've made my decision. I need 10 more years to enjoy life before I lock myself down, and that's final.
So there's no changing your mind then?
Nope. You should be thanking me that I'm only making you wait 10 years. Keep giving me crap and I might make it 20.
I've got an idea. How about you just enjoy your life until the very end?
Huh?
I can't wait that long.
Michelle?
You've made your position clear. You don't see any value at all in marriage and family, but I'm not like you. And if this is how you're going to react to me pouring out my soul to you by completely shutting me out, then I'm not going to wait one more second for you. I'm leaving. Today.
Whoa, settle down, girl. Is it that time of the month or something?
Goodbye.
Goodbye? As if you had anywhere to go. Whatever, I'll give you some time to cool off. I'm a patient guy, unlike some people I know, so I'll be waiting for when you come running back to me.
Hey there, Morgan. I hate to drop this on you so suddenly, but would it be okay for me to stay the night at your place? I've got quite a bit of luggage with me, so I'm gonna head over there in my car, if that's okay. Uh-oh, Michelle, what's going on? You're more than welcome to spend the night, and I have one extra parking space that you can use. Are you okay, though? I just broke up with Roy. You what? What on earth happened between you two? I'll give you the details later, but here's the rundown. We've been dating for 10 years, living together for 3, and we'll be turning 30 soon. I've tried to talk to him about marriage in the past, but he just kept putting it off and putting it off. I've been wondering how long is he going to keep me waiting? I know, you've talked to me about that before. And, I mean, he's had more than enough opportunities before now. You're 100% right. So I told him outright that I wanted him to come home as soon as possible tonight so we can finally have the talk. But then he blew me off to go drinking with his coworkers. Oh no. He does this all the time. So I went ahead and popped the big question to him via text, and when he gave me his answer, well, I made up my mind. To be honest, I had a feeling this is how it was going to turn out, so I've been packing up my stuff little by little for a while. I told him I was leaving, put my boxes in the car, and, well, that was that. You poor thing. Oh, come on over to my place, Michelle. You need a place to relax. I'll talk to my husband about it. You can go ahead and stay here as long as it takes to find yourself a new place. Oh, and if you need some help looking, one of my friends works at a real estate firm, one of the biggest in town. Thanks, Morgan. You're a really great friend.
Yo, Michelle, what gives? It's been 3 years now. Don't you think this has gone on long enough? Were you waiting for me to reach out to you first before you'd come back? Well, congratulations, here I am. You win. So get over whatever weird thing you're going through and get back over here. Seriously, though, where you been staying all this time? Yeah, we could talk about all that later. I know it'll take some time to pack up your stuff, so I'll give you a month to get ready. And if you get here fast enough, I might just even marry you as a reward. But that's a limited time offer. You better act fast. God, you are one stubborn woman. Fine, I'll compromise for you again. You don't need to move over here. I'll move in with you. Don't worry about telling me your address, by the way. I already know. I just so happened to run into a friend of yours at the bar the other day. You're in that new place over on West Blanchfield Street, right? I gotta hand it to you, you have great taste. Everyone I know has been trying to get a place there since they first put it up. And when we got to talking, they said you bought a condo because you were planning on getting married soon. Man, you must really miss me. You went out and bought a condo for me without even talking to me first. God, women are so effing confusing. First you're all like, oh, I'm angry, I'm leaving. And then you're all like, I love you, Roy, please take me back. Make up your mind, would you? I'll get my stuff over there tonight. Make sure my room is clean, okay? Ah, right, we're gonna get married, so I should say make sure our room is clean, right? Anyway, see you later, babe. Hello, Michelle. Your knight in shining armor has arrived. By the way, what's our room number? I gotta input the room number on this crazy security panel thingy here. Man, this place is super high tech, huh?
Hello, Roy. It's been quite a while, hasn't it?
Huh? Who are you?
I'm Morgan. I'm a friend of your ex-girlfriend, Michelle.
Oh, it's you. Man, that takes me back ages. I ain't seen you in forever. Actually, come to think of it, I think I've only seen you once, right? You stopped by the house one day before heading downtown with Michelle, and then I've never seen you since.
Yep, that's right.
Oh, and just a slight correction. Michelle isn't my ex-girlfriend. She's my fiancée. Ha! Who am I kidding? At this point, you can just go ahead and call her my wife.
You're standing in the security station in front of her building, aren't you?
Ding, ding, ding! We have a winner! We're gonna live here together from now on, so you can feel free to stop by and hang out anytime you want.
Leave. Immediately.
Huh?
You've been trying to get back together with Michelle lately, haven't you? But good grief, I never expected you to try and force your way into her house.
Her house? Are you not paying attention to something? We're getting married, so it's our house.
Michelle got married to my brother, you moron.
What?
Do you have any idea what you've been doing to her the last month? She's been talking to me about how her ex-boyfriend is sending her creepy, delusional texts. She has more than enough on her mind already with being pregnant and everything.
Whoa, being what?
She doesn't need you adding any more stress into her life, so I'm here giving you a message for her so she doesn't have to deal with you.
Back up, Morgan. Michelle is pregnant?
Yes, she's currently pregnant with my brother's child.
That's impossible.
And another thing, that condo belongs to Michelle and my brother.
But...
He bought it to provide a stable and safe environment for Michelle and their child. Neither of them want anything to do with you.
No way. You're full of it. I heard Michelle's friend saying she bought it so she could live there with me.
You're referring to Nancy, right?
Let me think. Yeah, I think that was her name.
She told me that she ran into a weird guy at the bar who kept asking question after question about Michelle. She was super creeped out. Apparently, she let her guard down and told you about her new condo, for which she apologized profusely. But for the record, what she told you is that Michelle is married and her husband bought a condo for them to live in.
Wait.
I guess you had so much to drink at that point that you completely overwrote what she said with your drunken delusions of still having a chance at love.
I can't believe this. I waited 3 whole years for Michelle to come back to me, and this is what I get?
She told you she was breaking up with you. If you were waiting for her, you were wasting your time.
Oh, come on. She was just PMSing on me when she said that.
No, she broke up with you because you were the biggest letdown of her life. And I won't let you pretend that you were faithfully waiting for your prodigal girlfriend to come home. If you were really waiting for her, then why have you been dating a different woman up until recently? And not just any woman, a married woman. Married to your boss, may I add.
What? How did you know that?
Once I heard that you were sniffing around for information on Michelle, I started doing some digging into you myself. Your boss found out about your affair and sued you. You're now underemployed, penniless, and alone. And now you're trying to get back with Michelle to have her bail you out of the hole you dug for yourself.
Hey, come on. I really am in it deep over here. I ran out of money to pay the rent, so they evicted me a few days ago. I got nowhere to go.
Not my problem, or Michelle's problem.
Can you give Michelle a message for me?
No! Now get lost, you pathetic loser! As you've just seen, my best friend Morgan was so concerned about my mental and physical health that she volunteered to get rid of my creepy ex-boyfriend for me.
She managed to get some pretty detailed information on his recent trouble, too. While he wasn't fired after it got found out that he had slept with his boss's wife, it was so humiliating for him to be around the office that he resigned voluntarily. His family was already disgusted with him due to how he strung me along for 10 years, only to drive me away. But this was the straw that broke the camel's back. They completely cut him out of their lives and never wanted to speak with him again. With nowhere else to go, he remembered me, the only good thing he'd ever had in his life, and thought he would try to get back together with me. That didn't work out too well for him. Now, with literally nowhere to go, he ended up camping out in local parks for a while. One particularly hot day, he was found beneath a park bench, passed out from heat exhaustion, and taken to the hospital. At this point, I'm not sure if he lost his cell phone, it got stolen, or maybe he just stopped paying his monthly bill. But he never contacted any of his acquaintances ever again after that. I think he's alive, but I don't know for sure, and to be brutally honest, I don't really care either.
Excuse me, Christina, but just what do you think you're doing? I just saw you walking out of the office. Are you leaving already?
Oh, hello there, Miss Carlisle. I hope you had a productive day so far. Yes, I took care of all the work I was assigned for today, so seeing as it's 5 o'clock, I have nothing left to do. I was just about to clock out and head home. Why do you ask?
You think you have the right to just walk out of the office right away at 5?
Yes, I do. I don't have anything else on my plate for today, so yeah, I'm going home.
Hold it right there, Christina. You're not done yet. What about the data I told you to take care of earlier this morning? What happened with that?
Are you referring to the materials you asked me to produce to be used in the presentation for the Slock Spring Industries project?
Yes, obviously. I explicitly told you to have that on my desk by no later than 3 o'clock, but I don't see it anywhere.
I took care of all that before lunch. You should be able to find the data in the shared folder on the company server.
What?
I spoke to you in person before I went on my lunch break, letting you know it was done, and you looked me in the eyes, nodded, and said, "Thank you." Also, just to make sure, I sent you a message through the company's chat system after I finished my lunch break, and once again you told me, "Thanks, got it."
You did? Oh, well, that's strange. I don't remember that at all.
From the sound of things, I presume you're still at the office, correct? If you could go to your chat window, I believe you'll find all the relative messages in my tab, as well as the file containing the data you asked me for.
Oh, there it is. I guess I must have overlooked it.
Oh, so you managed to find it? Well, I'm glad to hear that. Well then, if there's nothing else, I'll see you tomorrow. Enjoy your evening, Mrs. Carlisle.
Hey, we're not finished yet.
We're not? I was fairly certain I had addressed all of your concerns. Is there anything else?
Well, you may be finished, but I'm not. And I've been with this company for far longer than you have. What gives you the right to go home when I still have work left to do? You should be staying behind to help me finish my work.
I'm quite certain that using seniority as leverage to force junior employees to stay beyond their contracted hours is a clear violation of the employee harassment policy that our parent company sent out to all its child companies.
How dare you talk back to me!
Additionally, they also sent out a memo encouraging efficient work procedures to eliminate the need for employees to do overtime as part of our cost-cutting measures. So, in just this conversation alone, you have violated both the letter and spirit of both corporate policies. If I may be so bold, I would recommend that you cease behaving this way toward not only me, but all of the other employees in the office. Not only are you contributing to a negative work environment, but if these violations were made known to your quarterly review committee, it would have a serious negative effect on your evaluation. That's just my 2 cents, though. Do with it what you will.
What is wrong with you? Who do you think you are, bringing up those stupid corporate policies to me? Just because you were transferred here from our parent company doesn't mean you're any better than me, and don't you forget that.
I'm sorry, did I give off the impression that I thought I was better than you?
Either that, or you're just a goody two-shoes and a suck-up to the corporate bosses.
I see. Well, I had no intentions of coming off that way, so if that's how I sounded, then I apologize.
And seriously, you're in no position to be giving me lectures about corporate memos or whatever.
I'm not?
No, you're not. Maybe if you were actually someone who mattered to this company, then I might pay a little bit more heed to your tirade right now. Look, I don't know how badly you had to mess up to be transferred here from our parent company, but the second you walked in that door, your experience there completely vanished. Poof, gone. It doesn't mean a thing here. You're no different than any other newbie, low-level employee we hire fresh out of college. I am your superior, and you will do what I say when I say.
For the record, I'm not at liberty to discuss all the details yet, but my transfer here from the corporate office wasn't a punitive transfer.
Oh, sure, of course. You're actually a super-duper important person on a big mission. Yeah, right, no one believes you. It's okay, it happens. They took a big chance on you and you completely failed to live up to their expectations, so they're chucking you somewhere that you can't do too much damage. Just admit it.
By the way, if you're done with questions for me, would you mind if I asked you something?
What now?
Didn't you say you were working overtime right now?
Huh? Yeah, I was, but I'm just about to leave. Why?
I'm fairly sure that the materials for the Slock Spring Industries project presentation were supposed to be submitted to the department manager first thing tomorrow morning.
What? Wait, I thought those weren't due until Friday. I should still have another day to get them finished.
Tomorrow is Friday, Miss Carlyle.
It is?
Are you aware of what day it is today?
Well, let's see. Yesterday was Tuesday, I think.
I'm sorry, but yesterday was Wednesday, today is Thursday, tomorrow is Friday. Thus, the materials need to be ready by tomorrow morning, as I was saying.
Oh, no. Oh, this is terrible. What am I going to do?
Well, whatever it is you're going to do, I believe engaging in such a long text conversation about irrelevant matters is a less than efficient use of your time.
You little! Why didn't you tell me it was Thursday?
That's what calendars are for. There's nothing in my contract that states I have any responsibility to inform you of what day it is.
Christina, where are you right now?
Good afternoon, Miss Carlyle. I hope you had a pleasant morning. I was just in the middle of eating lunch in the employee cafeteria. Why do you ask?
You're doing what? And where? What makes you think you have the right to use the employee cafeteria?
The fact that I'm an employee of this company isn't enough. My contract clearly states that I have the ability to purchase lunch from the employee cafeteria if I so choose.
Oh, you cannot be serious. All the other employees here were hired by the company directly for their talent. You, on the other hand, were sent here from the parent company because of your lack of talent. We're not the same, and don't think for 1 second you're on our level. Plus, if you've got enough free time to eat lunch, then you should be working.
It's 12:45 right now, and my lunch break lasts until 1 o'clock.
Were you not paying attention just now? Lunch breaks are for employees who matter. You do not. I don't want to see you doing anything that doesn't involve making money for this company. You can eat after work.
Malnourishment on the job doesn't only result in decreased productivity as the day drags on, it can also lead to health episodes resulting in missed work, further reducing company efficiency.
Again with the back-talking!
In addition to common human knowledge that people are much less efficient when working on an empty stomach, there are multiple studies showing that elimination of lunch breaks in favor of working reduces productivity by more than is gained by the additional hour of work during the day.
What are you?
And most importantly, my contract says I have a 1-hour lunch break from 12 to 1. I won't allow you, or anyone else for that matter, to take my lunch break from me. Now, I'm in the middle of a delicious meal, so if you'll excuse me, I'd like to get back to eating. The chicken soup they're serving today is quite good. I would recommend you giving it a try on your lunch break.
I have had it up to here with your insubordination. I'm coming right over there to teach you a lesson in this company's hierarchy. I hope you're ready for what happens next. Well, Christina, how does it feel? Have you managed to wash all that egg out of your hair yet?
Hello, Miss Carlyle. I hope your afternoon is going better than mine is. Since I have you, can I ask you to explain your actions just now?
Oh my God, you still don't get it?
I can't think of anything I've done to you to merit having a raw egg thrown at me.
I guess you really don't get it then. I bet you still don't understand that you're here because you're a useless flunky either. Is this what got you transferred? Your complete failure to respect your superiors?
I still don't understand what is so inappropriate about taking a break during my break time. I am a company employee, so I have every right to use the employee cafeteria.
I just told you! You barely even count as an employee of this company. You were sent here because you failed. You don't get to eat in the employee cafeteria, and you don't get breaks. Get back to work.
I told you before, my transfer here wasn't punitive.
And I told you before, no one believes that story. Now stop wasting the company's time and money and get back to work.
I was in the middle of my lunch break. It was my time.
You want to eat? Fine. You can wring the raw egg out of your hair into a bowl and drink that.
I took the afternoon off, so I'm going home.
What?
I'm going to have to take a shower to clean up all this egg from my hair, and I'll need to put my clothes in the laundry before they smell like rotten eggs. I obviously can't work like this, so the manager told me I was free to leave.
What about the presentation materials for the Edisburgh project that I told you to make today?
From what I understand, making those materials was originally your responsibility. I don't see why you can't simply do your own work for yourself.
But if I can't get you to do them for me, there's no way I'll be able to finish them in time. Christina, you've got some explaining to do. What's the meaning of this? Why am I being suspended without pay?
Do you really need me to explain exactly what you did to deserve that relatively light punishment?
Yes! Now explain what's going on right now.
Wow, Mrs. Carlyle, I am genuinely surprised at your lack of self-awareness.
Just what do you mean by that?
You threw a raw egg at me in the cafeteria last week.
Yeah, and what's the big deal with that? I don't deserve suspension for that.
The employee cafeteria was quite busy at that time, which means there were a lot of witnesses. You had quite a few people register complaints with HR about you that day.
What? Those pathetic losers went and tattled on me? Why? All I did was teach a snobby, stuck-up flunky like you your place. You obviously don't know how things work around here.
Even if it weren't for what you did to me last week, you would still have been in quite a lot of trouble as things stood. After seeing your positively shameful behavior in the employee cafeteria, dozens of your coworkers have come forward with complaints about a serious pattern of harassment and abuse by you.
Oh, they're just being dramatic babies.
Is that so? Well then, let me read you a summary of their contents. It seems that for quite some time, you've been using your position of seniority to abuse, harass, coerce, and threaten junior colleagues. In particular, you apparently have a penchant for pushing off work that you should be doing onto them, typically involving threats to their career prospects or direct physical violence.
I'm still waiting for what the problem is. That's just the benefit that comes with seniority. I have every right to use my position to get those children to work for me, and that goes for you, too.
It does? You're going to have to explain that to me.
Obviously, you failed so hard at our parent company that they threw you out like last week's trash. You're lower than even the new hires we took on last week. You're nothing. You don't deserve to be paid for your work here. You should be paying the company for putting up with you.
Listen, Miss Carlyle, I have tried to tell you this multiple times before today, but you just haven't been listening, apparently. For the last time, my transfer here was not punitive.
Here you go again with that same old story.
If you would simply listen to what I'm telling you, I wouldn't have to say it over and over again like this.
You sure think you're hot stuff, huh, Christina? I mean, what is it with this attitude of yours? You act like you're some sort of corporate policy enforcement officer or something. As if you're actually valuable enough to do that kind of work.
I am the corporate policy enforcement officer.
Huh? You are?
Well, in a way, yes. Officially, your parent company is sending me out to all their child companies to promote employee education systems. But I actually have one more responsibility in addition to that. And that responsibility is to serve as a corporate compliance auditor.
A what?
I'm not the only one, either. There are a number of our child companies which have, as of yet, been unable to meet our cost-cutting goals, and auditors like me have been sent to all of them. And the result of my audit of this company is not good, to say the least. In particular, many of the issues I've discovered center around you, Mrs. Carlyle. You've been with the company for over 20 years now, and you've been taking advantage of that long history in a number of illicit ways. Specifically, you've been pushing off your own work onto more junior employees while you do, well, not much of anything. Even in the company's busiest season, you do multiple hours of overtime every night, but without any noteworthy accomplishments to show for it. Meanwhile, the people you push your work onto actually end up having to rack up hours of overtime that could have been avoided if you had simply done your own work. Do you have any idea how much money you specifically have cost the company by producing all this pointless overtime? You're a total slime ball, Christina. How could you go around spying on me like this, lying about who you really are and what you're really doing? That's just not fair. Well, if I were to come out my first day and say, "Hello, everyone, I'm a corporate compliance auditor and I'm here to inspect your company," I don't think that would be very helpful to my mission. I suppose you could consider me as something of an undercover agent. Undercover operations are often the only way to uncover wrongdoing, so I don't feel as though I've done anything unfair. But, I mean, if you'll excuse me, I still have an enormous amount of work to get back to. Hey! If you have any further questions about your punishment, you may direct them to your immediate superior at your company. Hold on just one moment, Christina. If you're really with corporate, then you can do something about this, right? You can use your position to stop me from getting suspended, can't you? I'm afraid I can't. Oh, please, Christina, you've got to help me. I'll do anything. My assignment was to serve as an auditor, and my mission in your company has completed. It's actually not in my authority to do anything about your punishment at all. Then what am I supposed to do now? I suppose there's only one thing you can do. Wait patiently for the disciplinary committee to reach their decision on your final punishment. It shouldn't take very long, considering the amount of evidence I provided them with. I can't believe this. Enjoy the rest of your day. After that, while Mrs. Carlisle was able to avoid being fired, she was still sued by 2 of the junior employees she'd been harassing. And when she couldn't bear the shame of working with the people she was making monthly lawsuit settlement payments to, she quit voluntarily. It seems she's having a difficult time finding a new job. I hope for her sake that she finds something soon, however, because those settlement payments must be having an impact on her finances. As a result of my audit, the leadership structure at that company was given a massive shake-up. We've also brought in skilled technicians for new employee training. And with that, my time as an auditor has come to an end. I still have 3 months left on my assignment here, and when that's finished, I'll be in the running for a promotion. I hope to use my experience here in order to make all of our group companies more efficient and provide our employees with positive working environments.
Hey, is this the right number? You're that new part-timer that started today, right? What was your name, like Tabitha or something? Yep, you got the right number. You're Megan, right? I remember you from when I exchanged numbers with some of the people around the office this morning. I'm looking forward to working alongside you all. Could I ask what you're texting me about right now? Listen, Tabitha, you've got a lot to learn. I get it, you're young and short on experience, but this isn't some supermarket. This is a real business. You've obviously never worked in a real business before, so let me tell you how your first day is supposed to go. Step 1, buy some donuts for everyone in the office from the store across the street. Step 2, pass out said cakes and introduce yourself. Step 3, get to work. Oh, and you need to run the donuts by me first. I'll make sure you get a decent assortment, and if you didn't, I'll tell you what you got wrong. Then you'll need to buy us another round the next day, this time with the right donuts. Those are the rules around here. I'm a generous person, so I can overlook you getting it all wrong on the first day, but you better make sure to get it right tomorrow, okay? Come by my desk on your break and I'll give you a list of the right donuts to pick up, so make sure you bring a pen and paper. Those are the rules around here? Funny, I didn't see those on my contract. Excuse me? Quite the contrary, that's a workplace harassment policy violation if I ever saw one. And I suppose that's the reason you're texting me instead of saying it to my face. If one of your superiors heard you making such ridiculous demands like that, you'd get called into HR for sure. I would strongly suggest you don't do anything like this ever again, Megan. It won't end well for you. What did you just say to me? Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm on my lunch break right now. If you need me for anything work-related, you can talk to me when I'm finished. What's with that attitude? Who do you think you are, part-timer? You might not know this, but I'm actually the most senior employee in this office. I've even been here longer than the manager. That makes me the one who calls the shots around here. And here you are, some part-timer nobody, thinking you can refuse a direct order from me? Okay, well, my generosity has officially run out. Now you're gonna see what happens to uppity brats like you who piss me off. I hope you're ready for what's coming to you. It's go time, Cindy. We're gonna teach that snotty new part-timer how things work around here, good and hard.
Huh? The new part-timer? Are you talking about Tabitha? The girl who started this morning?
Duh, of course I am. Who else would I be talking about?
I don't know, Megan. I was keeping an eye on her this morning, and she really seems like a hard-working, responsible employee.
I told her to bring me donuts, but do you see any donuts on my desk? No? Yeah, well, me neither.
Donuts?
I even agreed to overlook her numerous faux pas toward me in exchange for her bringing donuts to the office tomorrow morning. But do you know what she said? She pulled the employee harassment policy card. What a brat.
Wow, that's incredible. Tabitha's pretty young. I'm pretty sure she's in her late 20s, right? On her first day in a new office, a senior employee with 20 years experience makes a demand like that, and not only did she resist, she turned it around on you? She's amazing.
I know, right? She really pissed me off. So now I gotta teach her a lesson. We're gonna do the usual routine, the silent treatment. No matter what she says to you, don't say anything back. Don't even acknowledge her.
Are you sure that's a good idea, Megan? The company's been cracking down really hard on harassment policy violations these days.
What's more important? What some stupid corporate policy says, or what I say? Obviously, it's what I say that counts around here. We're giving her the silent treatment. End of story. Make sure you spread the word around the office. I want everyone on the same page.
If you say so. Good morning, Megan. It said in my employee manual that you would be the one giving me my on-the-job training, but you haven't said anything to me since our text exchange yesterday. When I tried to talk to you at your desk earlier, you just ignored me. I was trying to ask you when we would start my training. Let me take a stab in the dark. I'm guessing this is all you're doing, am I right? Everyone in the office has been going out of their way to avoid me. If you don't like me, there's not very much I can do about it. But it seems quite improper to be acting out a personal vendetta against me on company time using company resources. Are you refusing to carry out your assigned task of teaching a new employee the ropes? That doesn't seem very productive to me.
God damn it, I can't believe her.
Megan, what's wrong? Calm down and talk to me.
It's that new girl. How is she doing this? She knows all the procedures, all the paperwork, all the regulations, everything.
Are you talking about Tabitha again?
Yes. Did someone train her? Was it you, Cindy?
No, Megan, it wasn't me. I think everyone is following your orders.
Then how is she doing it? How is she navigating our company's complex filing system?
Wasn't she given a manual on her first day? I guess the only explanation would be that she just read it through enough times to remember it all.
She's only been here for 3 days.
Sorry, Megan, that's the only explanation I could think of.
She is really starting to piss me off. Ugh!
Good morning, Megan. I think I've come to understand the hierarchy around here over the last few days. As I suspected, you're the one who's been at the center of the silent treatment campaign, aren't you? You gave the order. Fortunately for me, the work I've been given is all stuff that I can do by myself without any cooperation or assistance from other employees. So it's not having much of an impact on my work. However, that might change if this situation continues.
Cindy, what's going on here? Tell me. How is she doing this?
Megan, you have to be more specific.
She texted me yesterday all high and mighty, saying that she can handle all her work by herself. So I ordered her to get the meeting room ready for the conference this afternoon.
Oh, was that the memo that you put on her desk this morning?
Yes, try and keep up, Cindy. It always takes at least an hour to get all the papers printed and set up the tables and chairs, but I gave her the order just 30 minutes before the meeting started, so there was no way she could finish it on time. But she did. She did it all with time to spare. What is that girl, seriously?
Well, maybe she's just an incredibly talented young woman.
Cindy, don't even think for 1 second about taking her side against me.
Oh, no, that's not what I meant at all. I wasn't taking her side.
I'm the boss around here. I call the shots. She could be the next Steve Jobs. I don't care. If she doesn't do what I say, when I say, how I say, then she's gone. Got it?
I got it, Megan.
Hey, Cindy, did you hear the big news? Some big shot from corporate headquarters is coming by our office tomorrow.
Oh, wow, really? On such short notice? That's unusual. I wonder why.
Who cares why? This is my big chance.
Chance? For a promotion?
No, my chance to get that snotty little upstart Tabitha fired.
Fired?
We've got to work fast. We're going to come up with all sorts of complaints to lodge against her and get corporate to fire her. She seems to love that stupid employee harassment policy so much. How about we get Marcia to say Tabitha's been body shaming her? She's as big as a whale. They'd buy it.
Megan, don't you think you've taken this a bit too far?
Cindy, listen to me. If you take her side against me, do you know what I'm going to do with you? Just as soon as I finish getting Tabitha fired, you're going to be the next one I put in my crosshairs. Is that what you'd like me to do?
Megan, please, no. My husband just got laid off from his factory job. I'm the only income for our family right now. I can't lose this job. We'd be ruined.
Then you know what you need to do, don't you?
Yeah, I know. Good morning, Megan. Well, it's been 1 full week since I started working here, and you've been ignoring me since day 1.
I've got some great news that I have to tell you, so I'll go ahead and break my own rules just this once and reply to you.
Finally.
In just a few hours, you're going to get exactly what's been coming to you for being an awful little insubordinate brat to me. This is your last chance, Tabitha. Come over to my desk right now, apologize for ever talking back to me, kiss my feet, and beg for my forgiveness. If you do that, I'll let you into my bubble.
Your bubble? Are you talking about Cindy and the other employees at this office?
That's right. They're all good little girls who know their place, so I allow them into my bubble and grace them with my friendship. I can be your friend too, Tabitha, as long as you follow the rules.
Is that so? From the sounds of things, you fancy yourself as above the manager and treat the other employees like servants in your royal court.
I don't treat them like servants. They are my servants. Now that you understand how things work around here, it's time for you to become my servant too.
No, I'm pretty sure that sort of an informal hierarchy is a severe violation of the workplace harassment policy. You get that, right?
Again with that stupid policy. Don't you get it? That policy doesn't apply around here. This is my office and we follow my rules. Don't like it? Then I'll kick you out. Is that what you want me to do? Because I'd love to do it.
I see. Well then, I think I've let this go on long enough. It's finally time to put a stop to it.
Huh? Where do you get off talking to me like that? You're nobody. Nothing. You're just a part-timer who's been here for a week.
I assume you've heard that a corporate HR representative is going to be in the office today. Am I correct?
An HR rep? Is that the corporate big shot who's coming today?
Yes. As loath as I am to break with professionality, I have to say I am very much looking forward to the meeting we'll be having. Should be a lot of fun.
Fun? What's fun about meetings? Tabitha, you lied to me. You were really part of the corporate HR team all along? What the hell is going on here?
Weren't you paying attention to what I said earlier today? I explained everything then. The corporate HR office sent me here undercover to see what was going on at your office.
But why, though? Why did they send an undercover agent here?
I repeat, I explained that already. You should have been listening.
You suspended me without pay. You're opening a disciplinary investigation on me? I was so mad that I just didn't pay attention.
I'm sure you're aware that part-time employees at your office have an incredibly high turnover rate, yes?
Yeah, what of it?
The rate has been high at your branch for quite some time now, a few percentage points above the company-wide average. But 2 years ago, when the previous office manager retired, the turnover rate spiked sky high almost immediately.
We decided that we couldn't wait any longer and had to do something, so I was sent to your office as an undercover agent pretending to be a new part-time employee.
Corporate cares that much about our office?
Well, it is our company, after all. It's our responsibility both to our employees and our clients to guarantee a positive work environment. And my investigation is complete. What I found was a truly unfortunate situation. You, despite lacking any sort of managerial authority, use your seniority to threaten, abuse, and harass the other employees in your office.
That's not true. You've just been out to get me this whole time. What your youth and inexperience keeps you from understanding is that what I do is called leadership. Go ahead, ask Cindy and the other girls anything you want. They'll all tell you the same thing.
Oh, don't worry, we're holding individual hearings with each and every person in the office as we speak.
Then I'll be cleared of all these ridiculous allegations in no time. I win, you lose.
You have quite an impenetrable self-confidence, don't you, Megan? I'm sorry to say, but that is precisely the opposite of what we are finding.
What?
We found that all of the other girls in the office do have the same story, but not the one you claim. It seems they've all been threatened by you, but lacked the courage to actually stand up for themselves. Once the big reveal was made, they were all thrilled that they finally had a chance to clear their guilty consciences. A common refrain was that they felt like a massive weight had been lifted off their shoulders. Oh, and by the way, we have a very, very large supply of evidence that you've been harassing the other employees. We've collected hundreds of text messages, hours of video recordings, security camera footage. We have it all.
Oh no.
For the third time, I already explained all of this in detail. You just weren't paying attention. But nothing. It's over, Megan. You're on unpaid leave while the disciplinary committee meets. I'd say it's a foregone conclusion at this point, but you'll be informed of the final decision they make.
That can't be!
My work is done, so I'll take my leave now. Enjoy your evening.
I worked so hard to gain my position. I had authority, people respected me, and now it's all gone? And it's not just at the office. My husband is divorcing me, and my son said he never wants to see me again. Why is this happening to me?
People respected her? I'd say a more accurate way of describing the situation would be that people were in constant fear of reprisal if they didn't cater to her every whim. The disciplinary committee took far longer than they expected, not because it was a difficult decision, just that there was an incomprehensible amount of policy violations to cover. Needless to say, she was fired. After being divorced by her husband, my understanding is that she's currently working multiple part-time jobs to make ends meet. As for the other employees who went along with her harassment campaigns, each of them were dealt with individually and were given punishments in accordance with their respective offenses. Furthermore, the decision was made to permanently close down the entire office. That did result in some difficulties, such as dealing with employee transfers and resignations. But overall, the effect has been a more transparent and positive work environment for all employees in all levels of the company. As an HR professional, it gives me great pride to know that my work has brought clear results to the company. My work isn't finished, though. I'll continue to monitor situations at all other branches to ensure something like this never happens again. Jaden, good morning. You look even more handsome today. It's been 6 months since you joined the company, and honestly, every day feels like a treat just watching you work.
Jane, we're at work. If you need something, just talk to me directly. We're on the same floor, so there's no need for messages. It's inefficient and a waste of time.
Oh, come on. You just can't resist talking to me, can you?
That's not it. It's just that if we're in the same place, using messages to talk is inefficient. It wastes both our time.
You really don't get it, do you? I can tell you want to talk to me directly. How about we step outside for a bit?
This doesn't sound like it's about work.
Huh?
I'm stepping out for a bit, so I'll be gone for a while.
Wait, what? You're going out now? But I thought you were doing office work today.
I'm going on an outside visit. I'm going to meet with a new client with the sales manager. Your department is not involved, so I'm leaving now.
Wait, hold on. That sales manager, you mean that woman, right? You'd rather go out with her than with me? Don't you think I should be the one you take out instead?
come on, Jaden. I know you're shy around me, but that's okay. You don't need to pretend. I'll make sure you compensate me for this later, don't worry. Jaden, so you're going straight home today, huh? I didn't get to see you after this morning, and I have to say I was feeling a little lonely. Now that we're not at the office, I can message you, right?
No, I don't think we're close enough to exchange messages privately.
Oh, come on. I can tell you're trying to get my attention, but don't worry. You don't need to go out of your way for that. My heart already belongs to Takaya-kun, after all.
Is that supposed to be a joke?
Oh, does it not sound like one?
Jane, you're a married woman with a husband and a child. You might want to reconsider saying things like that. It could easily lead to misunderstandings.
No, I didn't mean it like that.
And I've told you before, I'd prefer if you stopped calling me Jaden. Please use my last name instead.
But we're not at work now, so it should be fine.
It doesn't matter whether it's personal or professional. I've already asked you to stop using that name. I'd appreciate it if you respected that.
Oh, I see. So it bothers you that I'm the only one calling you Jaden.
What?
I see. I get it now. If you'd said that from the start, it would have made things clearer. So in that case, you can call me Janie. Feel free to use it, both at work and outside of it. That way it's even, right?
You're completely misunderstanding me. I don't intend to be close enough to you to have these kinds of personal conversations.
Huh?
What I'm saying is this. I would like you to use the appropriate form of address and keep it professional. Getting messages from you outside of work hours is honestly an inconvenience, so unless it's an emergency, I'd prefer you not contact me.
Wait, Jaden?
Excuse me. Jane, I've told you multiple times, stop messaging me.
Oh, come on, just hear me out, okay? This is really big news. Jaden, I heard you're thinking about buying a house?
And how is that your business?
Well, aren't you just a new employee? I mean, isn't buying a house kind of difficult on your current salary?
Again, none of this concerns you. Stay out of it.
That's where you're wrong, because once you hear what I have to say, there's no way you'll keep saying that.
Excuse me?
I've decided I'm going to buy a house for you.
What?
Now do you understand how deep my love is for you?
No, I really don't. And just to be clear, I'm going to buy a house on my own. I don't need or want anything from you.
Oh, don't be shy. You don't have to be so modest with me.
This has nothing to do with modesty. I'm serious. Don't involve yourself in my life.
I just went to see a property earlier and I found the perfect one. I'm about to start the paperwork right now. Isn't that exciting?
No, it's not. Listen carefully. I'm telling you that I'm buying my house myself. Even if you bought one for me, it would only be a burden. I'd consider it a huge inconvenience.
You don't need to hide your feelings. I know this means a lot to you.
No, that's not what this is at all. I want nothing from you. Why is that so hard to understand?
All right, then. I'm going to go secure this beautiful love nest of ours. Just wait patiently, okay? I'll handle everything.
Jane, seriously? I never asked you for anything. You're acting completely on your own. Don't do anything without my consent.
Jaden? I was planning to talk to you in person today, tell you everything face to face, but of course you weren't in the office. Out all day on business, huh? I didn't want to do this over text, but you've left me no choice. So, can I please come over to your place?
Jane, please don't tell me. You didn't actually buy a place, did you?
Of course I did. I bought you a high-rise condo, our new home, Jaden.
A high-rise what?
You know, the tower complex near S Station? The one with the fancy lobby and concierge and the panoramic city views. They had a 3-bedroom unit on the 23rd floor hit the market this morning, and I thought, this is fate. I called the realtor, went to the showing, and the moment I stepped inside, I knew. I knew it was meant for us. I didn't hesitate. Signed the papers right then and there.
You can't be serious.
Oh, but I am. You were looking for a new place, weren't you? I heard all about it. But a new employee like you probably couldn't get the mortgage you wanted, so I figured I'd help.
I've been at the company forever, and my savings and salary put me in a great position. And really, what better way to show my love?
Jane, you're married, or were married.
Oh, that's the best part. I finalized my divorce yesterday, all for you, Jaden. So you don't have to worry about anything anymore. No obstacles, no baggage. Just us and our beautiful life together in the sky.
Okay, this is insane. We barely talk at work. We don't even know each other. You can't just show up in my life like this, buy a condo, and expect me to move in.
You always do this, pretend like I'm just some coworker. But I see the way you smile at me when you come by my desk, the way you linger when we cross paths in the hallway, the way you brought those hot spring buns last year just for me.
Those were for the entire General Affairs Department. You were the only one there at the time. I handed them to you because you were closest to the counter. I even said, for everyone.
No, you didn't. You looked straight into my eyes and smiled.
Jane, I'm begging you to listen. That was not me flirting. That was basic human courtesy. We've never gone to lunch, never exchanged a personal message, never even had a proper conversation outside of office greetings. You are a coworker, that's all.
You're lying. You have to be lying, because I left everything for you. My husband, my home, my financial safety, gone for us.
Jane, I'm already married.
What?
I registered my marriage last month. I was planning to make it official to everyone tomorrow. I married Amy.
Amy? That child from marketing? Your new hire?
She's not a child. She's my age. We've been together since high school.
No, you're making this up. You're trying to drive me away.
No, I'm being painfully honest.
You two-timed us. You led me on while sneaking around with her.
We were never a thing, Jane. There was never an us. I've told you so many times I'm not interested, and I never was.
But you came to General Affairs every day.
To pick up mail, because that's literally my job as the new guy in sales. It's been the policy for years.
But what about...
No more whatabouts. You imagined a relationship that didn't exist. You bought a condo based on pure delusion, and you want me to live in it like it's some fairy tale ending? It's not happening.
It cost $700,000. I bought it for us. I can't afford that mortgage alone. I need you.
That's not my responsibility. I warned you. I told you repeatedly not to contact me outside of work, and you ignored every boundary I set. Now you're telling me you've put yourself in debt and destroyed your marriage for an imaginary relationship?
Fine, if that's how you want to play it. Then divorce that little girl and marry me. I'm your superior, and I'm giving you a direct order.
You realize what you just said, right? That's harassment. That's coercion. And it's going straight to HR.
No, wait. Jaden, please don't report me. I love you. Doesn't that count for anything?
No, it doesn't. Goodbye, Jane.
Please, don't leave me.
I'm blocking this number. Don't contact me again. The very next day, I reported everything to the company. I didn't waste time. I didn't sugarcoat it. I walked into the HR office with a thick packet of evidence. Screenshots of messages Jane had sent me, recordings of calls where she crossed more lines than I could count, and statements from coworkers who had seen or heard enough to back me up. It wasn't just about what had happened between the two of us, it was about the atmosphere she created around her. The gossip, the manipulation, the way she spoke to people as if they were props in a life she had scripted out in her head. The HR team looked tense as they went through everything. They didn't say much, but the silence spoke volumes. I could see the shift happen in real time, the slow realization that this wasn't just a personal issue. It was a serious breach of company ethics. Jane had used company platforms to harass a coworker, had created a hostile work environment, and had clearly violated multiple internal compliance codes. By the end of the day, she was gone. Technically, they called it a voluntary resignation, but everyone knew the truth. It was an ultimatum: leave quietly or be fired publicly. And Jane, ever obsessed with appearances, chose the route that let her preserve some sliver of dignity, at least on paper. She probably thought she could spin it later, maybe even tell people she left to pursue a better opportunity. But in reality, she was pushed out, her hands still trying to grasp something that had long since slipped through her fingers. And yet, as surreal as that already was, the real madness came a few days later. One evening, I got a call from my old landlord. He sounded rattled. Jane had shown up at my old apartment. She'd barged in screaming loud enough for the whole building to hear. Furious, desperate, completely unhinged. "This is your fault. How am I supposed to pay for the tower apartment now? You ruined everything." She had no idea I'd already moved. I'd relocated weeks ago, quietly, without telling anyone but close friends. I didn't want to give her a chance to pull something like this, showing up unannounced, trying to argue her way back into my life. So when she pounded on the door and demanded answers, all she got was a confused landlord and a locked door. Apparently, she made such a scene that the neighbors started calling the front office, worried it might escalate. The landlord didn't hesitate. He called the police. She was escorted out of the building, still yelling, still clinging to some belief that I owed her something. I was stunned, but not entirely surprised. Jane had always lived in a fantasy world where reality bent to her wants, where logic didn't apply unless it served her narrative, and now that narrative was crumbling. From what I've heard, she's still living in that luxury high-rise condo, alone. That place she had dreamed about, posted about nonstop on social media, showing off the skyline from her window, the minimalist furniture, the imported espresso machine. All of it now a prison she built for herself. She works constantly, day shifts, night shifts, anything she can get. I've heard whispers, restaurant kitchens, freelance gigs, even temporary data entry at places that don't ask too many questions. She's juggling it all just to stay afloat, barely making her mortgage payments on time. And here's the kicker. The down payment she used to buy that place, it wasn't hers. She took it from a joint account she had with her ex-husband. Savings they'd built together, likely for a future home they were meant to share. She drained it without permission, without telling him, and used it to chase a solo dream she thought she could force into reality. Now he's demanding she pay it back. I don't blame him. Legal action is apparently already in motion. She's not just broke, she's cornered. Financially, emotionally, legally. That high-rise isn't a dream anymore. It's a daily reminder of how far she's fallen. I think what unsettles me most is how deeply she believed in her version of the story. In her mind, everything would work out if she could just control the narrative. If she could stay close to me, keep me tangled in her orbit, manipulate situations until I either forgave her or forgot why I left in the first place. She never saw the collapse coming because she never accepted that the foundation was rotten from the start. It's terrifying, honestly, how powerful delusion can be, how far someone will go to avoid facing the truth. She didn't just make a mistake. She built a whole life out of misunderstanding and entitlement. And when reality didn't cooperate, she tried to break it instead of adapting. But that's the thing about truth. It waits patiently. And when it arrives, it doesn't knock gently. It tears through everything, leaving nothing untouched. Do I feel sorry for her? Maybe, in a distant, detached way. I don't wish misery on anyone, but she brought this on herself step by step. Every lie, every manipulation, every time she pushed boundaries and thought she could get away with it. It all led here. And me? I've moved on. My new place is quiet, modest, and finally feels like mine. There's no drama, no manipulation, no blurred lines. I'm not looking over my shoulder anymore, waiting for the next crisis. Sometimes I still get updates from mutual contacts. They say Jane doesn't talk much these days, that she looks tired, that the bright, overconfident persona she used to wear like armor is cracking more with each passing week. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Celeste, hey! I hope I'm not catching you while you're working. Hi, Gia. No worries, I'm on break right now, so it's totally fine. What's up? Something on your mind? Not really anything urgent or serious. It's just, I haven't seen you at the kindergarten lately. Your husband's been doing drop-off and pick-up for a while now, hasn't he? Yeah. Actually, I just got promoted to a full-time position at the place I've been working part-time at for years. Oh, wow! Congratulations! That's amazing! Thank you. Because of that, my work hours shifted a bit. And right now, my husband's schedule is more flexible than mine, so we figured it made sense for him to handle drop-offs and pickups for the time being. Wait, wasn't your husband working a regular office job? How's he managing with the flexible schedule? Is he doing remote work or something? Yeah, more or less, something like that. He's able to work from home most days, so it gives us a little wiggle room. I see. So I guess we'll be seeing more of him around the kindergarten for a while, huh? Probably, yeah. But don't worry, I'll still try to attend as many school events as I can. Even if I'm working full-time now, I don't want it to feel like I've vanished from the kindergarten scene completely. I still want to be present, especially for the big moments. That's really good to hear. Honestly, I was a little worried. It's easy to drift away when work gets busier, but it's nice that you're thinking ahead about all that. Yeah, I've been reminding myself that this phase of our kids' lives is so short. Work is important, sure, but I don't want to look back and realize I missed out on everything just because I got caught up in a job title. Finding the right balance is tricky, but I'm trying. Well, it really sounds like you've got your priorities straight. It's not easy trying to juggle it all. Tell me about it. Some days feel like a never-ending checklist. And even with my husband helping out more, it's still a lot. But at least we're working as a team. That makes such a difference, does it not? Having someone who steps in without making you feel guilty or judged. Exactly. We've had our fair share of disagreements, like any couple, but he really stepped up this time. I'm grateful. That's great to hear. Anyway, don't push yourself too hard, all right? I know going from part-time to full-time is a big change, physically and mentally. Thanks, Gia. I really appreciate that. I'll take it one step at a time, but for now, better get back to work before my break ends. All right, talk soon, and congrats again on the promotion. Thanks. Let's catch up properly sometime soon, yeah? Definitely. Take care. You too. Celeste, hey! It's been a little while, huh? How have you been? Gia? Yeah, it has. I've been meaning to reach out, but things got hectic. I'm sorry I disappeared for a bit. You seem busy, more than usual. Well, yeah, I got moved into a new project at work, a big one, a new business division, all hands on deck. The hours have been brutal, but I can see the light at the end now. That sounds intense. It is. But I'm planning to be at the next kindergarten event, just so you know. Trying to keep things normal for Lily. Sure, not what I was really going to talk about, though. Oh? Actually, I need to say something. It's kind of a big deal. A bit awkward, too. What is it? So, I want your husband. Excuse me? I said, well, more like, I've already got him. Your husband, Bowen, he's with me now. Sorry, what? You heard me. I'm not saying it to be dramatic, I just figured you had the right to hear it straight from me instead of finding out some other way. You're telling me that you and Bowen are in a relationship? Yeah, emotionally, physically, the whole package. We're together now, Celeste. You must be joking. Do I look like I'm joking? This isn't some fantasy I made up, it happened. You remember when you went full-time at work, right? Back when Bowen started doing all the drop-offs and pickups at the kindergarten, that's when it started. I thought you two were just chatting in passing. It started like that. But when you're around someone enough, things evolve. We got closer. I tested the waters, and he didn't hesitate. Honestly, he fell into it so fast it was almost sad. And you're proud of this? I'm just being honest. He needed someone who saw him, who had time. You were always busy, always tired, always working. I was there, simple as that. You really think that justifies it? I'm not here to justify anything. I'm here to tell you the facts so we can move forward like adults. Wow, that's all you have to say? I'm not one to scream and throw things, Gia. Doesn't mean I'm not feeling something, I just don't show it like that. So you're totally calm while your husband cheats on you with someone you thought was a friend? No, I'm thinking, processing, and realizing how sad all this really is, for you especially. What's that supposed to mean? You're so excited to parade Bowen around like some prize you won, but do you even know who you just took? He's charming, smart, he treats me well. He treated me well too, at first. Until things stopped being convenient for him. Until I had goals, ambitions, things that didn't revolve around him. It sounds like you're bitter because I've got what you couldn't keep. No, Gia, I'm not bitter, I'm relieved. Excuse me? You've just freed me. I was bending myself backwards trying to hold a marriage together with a man who clearly had one foot out the door. Now I don't have to anymore. So what, you're just gonna hand him over? If he's willing to throw away our life for a few stolen afternoons, then yeah, let him go. You can have him. Wow. But let me ask you something. What about your husband? Oh, him? Please. He makes $35,000 a year and can't even change a light bulb without Googling it. I've been done for a while. Bowen was just the opportunity I needed. So you're trading one man in for another. Do you ever stop to think what kind of pattern that creates? Oh, please, don't get all righteous on me. I upgraded. End of story. Bowen's got time, money, and drive. He's a freelancer now. You knew that, right? That flexibility, it worked perfectly for us. So while I was working, you two were... Every afternoon you stayed late at the office, we were meeting up, making memories, falling in love. Right. I can see the wheels turning in your head, Celeste, trying to stay composed, but inside, you're breaking. It's okay, you can cry if you want. No, I won't give you that. Why not? You lost, I won. It's simple math. Funny, you really think you won something. But what you don't see is, now you're stuck with the same man who couldn't stay loyal for even 5 minutes. What happens when he gets bored of you, too? That won't happen. It will. Because men like Bowen don't stop looking. They just trade up, or what they think is up. Eventually, you'll just be another version of me. You're seriously pathetic. Maybe, but I know who I am. Do you? All right, enough. Let's not drag this out. Bowen's made his choice. You make yours. We can talk about divorce arrangements soon. I'll pay whatever compensation you want. Just don't try to cling to what's already broken. I'm not clinging to anything. You can have the broken pieces. I'm walking away with my dignity. Whatever helps you sleep at night. Gia, so the divorce is finalized on my end. Oh, that was quicker than I expected. I've also been granted full custody of the child. Oh, that's totally fine with me. I'm planning to have Bowen's baby anyway. Wait, seriously? Yeah. And I'll give you credit. You didn't put up a fight with the divorce. Good girl. Thanks, I guess. I finalized mine this morning too, by the way. My husband didn't resist either. He just said, give me alimony and custody of the kid and I'll sign the papers. And I was like, if that's all it takes, I'll gladly divorce you. One less headache. But are you sure about all this? About what? About him. He's not exactly what I'd call high spec, you know? Oh, here we go again. Still stuck on that? Look, I don't know what your definition of high spec is, but that ex-husband of yours, the one making $35,000 a year, honestly, I think he had more going for him than Bowen. Really? Then hey, he's all yours. Take him. That's not what I meant. But whatever, if you're happy with your choice, then it's not really my place to judge. I mean, I'm divorced now too. I don't have the right to comment. Exactly. It's pretty pathetic when ex-wives start meddling in the lives of people who are in love. Let's not cling to the past like some tragic leftover. Okay, it's not a good look. Anyway, I've got some packing to do, so I'll leave you to it. Packing? You're moving? Yeah, I got a spot in the company apartment. Luckily, my kid won't have to transfer schools. Oh, I see. Makes sense, since the place you're living in now is under Bowen's name, right? Actually, it's under mine. Wait, what? Why? My uncle owns the building. I was renting the apartment through him from the beginning. You're kidding? Nope. And since my father is absolutely furious about everything that's happened, there's no way I'd transfer the lease to Bowen. He's not stepping foot in this apartment again. Wow, I didn't know it was like that. So yeah, Bowen's going to have to move in with you pretty soon. About that. The place I've been living in is under my ex-husband's name, so I'm actually the one who has to move out. Oh, I see. Well, in that case, you two can go find a new place together. Rent a place is a fresh start, and whatever works. No big deal. With Bowen, we can probably get any place we want. No need to worry, right? All right then, I'll take my leave. Okay. Bye-bye, loser ex-wife. Don't trip on your regrets on the way out. Celeste, long time no see. I've got something amazing to tell you today. Come on, don't ignore me. Celeste, hello. What do you want? Honestly, I'm just surprised you had the guts to message me. That's bold, even for you. Oh, relax. I'm not here to fight or anything. I just wanted to share some good news. This won't take long. Fine, go ahead. Okay, ready for it? Bowen and I got married. We made it official this morning. I see. Congratulations. If that's all, then... Wait, don't go yet. There's one more thing. One huge thing. All right, what now? I'm pregnant. Yes, really. Bowen and I are having a baby. You're not serious. Of course I am. I mean, why wouldn't I be? With a husband like Bowen, smart, charming, ambitious, passing on those genes is the only logical choice. Right. This means I'm now living the dream, a luxury life married to a man who earns $240,000 a year. I mean, finally. I'm out of that broke girl phase for good. Wait, did you say $240,000? Yep, that's his annual income. Crazy, right? Who knew freelancing could pay that well? Compared to your ex with his sad little $35,000 salary, I've seriously upgraded. Hold on. He told you he made $20,000? Yeah, when I asked about income, he said $20,000. So, you know, $20,000 a month times 12 is $240,000 a year. Simple math. Oh, no. Wait, are you telling me... Yeah, he meant $20,000 a year, not monthly. What? He's only been freelancing for less than 2 years. No client base, no stable contracts. That's a beginner's income. Actually, since he started seeing you and slacking off at work, his income's probably dropped even lower. This year, he might not even break $10,000. No, that's not possible. What about the alimony? The $100,000 he paid us? There's no way a guy like that just had that kind of money lying around. Oh, he paid it all right. Every last cent. How? Let's see. According to the lawyer, he drained his entire savings from before you even met. Used what was left of his severance and paychecks, and the rest? Loans. He's in debt now. Deep, probably. Debt? As in actual, real-life debt? Mm-hmm. How much? I don't know. But I do know there's next to nothing left in his bank account. You might want to double-check before you start shopping for that baby crib. No way. So I destroyed someone's marriage for this? I left everything behind just to end up with some low-spec, broke man-child? Sounds like it. You know what? Maybe I should just cut my losses. Divorce him now, go back to my ex, and... Oh, didn't you hear? Your ex-husband remarried. Not long ago, actually. What? Yep, he called me personally. He's with a woman he met through work. Turns out she's the CEO of one of his company's client firms. Smart, independent, financially secure. You're lying. You have to be lying. Sorry, but it's the truth. He looked happy, too. Genuinely happy. Guess he landed himself a better deal. Why is this happening? He gets a powerful wife and a fresh start, and I'm stuck with a man who can't even afford a car? I thought I was upgrading. I deserved an upgrade. Well, you're the one who confused annual income with monthly. That miscalculation is on you. Shut up. Anyway, I should go. I've got a flight to catch. Flight? Where are you going? We're moving. My son's starting elementary school soon, and we've decided to go back to the countryside. My company has a branch office there, so they're transferring me. What? So you're just disappearing? Pretty much. There's no reason for us to stay in touch now, is there? Wait, please, just wait a second. I'll be blocking you after this. Take care of yourself, celebrity wife. I still can't believe it, honestly. Of all the reasons someone would throw their life away, Gia really thought she struck gold. because she mistook my ex-husband's annual income for his monthly income. I mean, how does that even happen? She must have seen a number like 20,000 and assumed he was bringing that in every month, not once a year. That's not a misunderstanding, that's a full-blown delusion. At first, yeah, it stung. I'd invested years of my life into that marriage. To lose it over something that shallow and stupid, it felt insulting. But then as the dust settled and I started thinking about everything with a clear head, it hit me. I dodged a massive, emotionally draining, financially devastating bullet. See, what Gia didn't know, what I didn't even fully realize until after the divorce, was that my ex had already started spiraling long before she entered the picture. The man quit his job without saying a word to me, just up and left. Not even a heads up or a, hey, I'm thinking of changing careers. Nothing. I only found out when I got a call from his employer looking for final paperwork. He came home like it was any other day and acted like quitting your job in this economy was no big deal. As for his grand plan to work freelance, that was another joke. I had to basically yell at him to even try. I told him point blank, start contributing or get out. He fumbled around for months and in the end managed to scrape together a measly $20,000 over the whole year. That's less than minimum wage in some places, and I was supposed to keep supporting him? Yeah, no thanks. So when Gia swooped in, all smiles and fake lashes, thinking she'd hit the jackpot, I let her have him. She thought she was winning some wealthy, mysterious freelancer living off passive income or some nonsense. Meanwhile, she was signing up for a lifetime of debt, stress, and disappointment. Be my guest. They didn't divorce, surprisingly. I guess they figured sticking together was easier than facing the embarrassment of admitting that they were wrong, but they were not happy, far from it. Turns out my ex-husband has a mountain of debt. And Gia, who thought she was cashing in, suddenly found herself drowning alongside him. They couldn't afford a decent place, so they moved into this rundown apartment that honestly looks like it should have been condemned 5 years ago. Peeling paint, broken fixtures, neighbors that keep their doors locked tight. It's not exactly the dream life she had in mind. They both work multiple jobs now, constantly switching shifts, covering for each other's breakdowns. No vacations, no weekends, no breathing room, just clock in, clock out, survive. And because neither of them can turn to their parents, Gia burned those bridges and his family was done with him years ago. They're completely alone in their misery. Best part? They hate each other now. Word got around that the constant money stress turned them against each other fast. The screaming matches were almost nightly. At first, the neighbors tried to ignore it, but then it got louder, uglier. Personal attacks, accusations, crying, slamming doors, broken dishes. Eventually, someone called the police, then someone else. It became a pattern. It all came to a head last month when the landlord issued a formal eviction notice. The building had had enough. Too many complaints, too many disturbances. They were told to leave, no negotiation. So now they're couch surfing, from what I heard. A friend here, a relative there, burning through goodwill faster than they can find new places to stay. Nobody wants to deal with the chaos. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.